Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Chris, and today I'm talking about the 1986 David Cronenberg remake of The Fly, one of my favorite movies. And as I've said before, this week we are doing movies that are kind of inspired or semi-related to my feature film Transient, which we are currently crowdfunding at maketransient.com. So The Fly follows this scientist who's working on this new technology, and Gina Davis plays a reporter who shows a bit of interest in this idea. And what it turns out to be is a transportation device. And one night while Jeff Goldblum is working on this device, he tests it out and a fly gets into the machine with him, and he starts to mutate and become genetically, there's lots of science. It's just kind of like, and he kind of just turns into a big fucking fly by the end. So most people have probably seen The Fly. It's a classic for good reason. Not just a great story, not just great acting and great effects. It's kind of the complete package here. I love the way the movie starts. It just immediately gets right into it. There's not much backstory. You start to unravel the story and the characters and their nuances throughout, which is so cool because I think the characters are very deeply layered and really interesting. I love the way the story bounces around with your feelings about these characters. Jeff Goldblum at first seems kind of manic and a little bit weird, and you're more siding with Gina Davis, although she seems to have her own motivations that aren't necessarily the nicest either. She's trying to get advantage of this guy and get this story. But then as this romantic relationship blossoms and Jeff Goldblum starts to go through his transformation, he starts to become a little bit scary, and Gina Davis starts to become more empathetic to you. And by the end, you've gone through this whole motion where Jeff Goldblum becomes this horrifying monster who does these terrible things, but then at the very end, you feel bad and empathetic for him. You also have John Getz in there as a secondary character who's sort of in love with Gina Davis, but he's a womanizer. He's not very nice. He's kind of sexist. But by the end, your feelings change for him as well because of the things he does. It's just, there's a study here of the human condition, again, much like Flatliners did, although I think this movie does it better. You can replace Jeff Goldblum becoming a fly with somebody becoming a drug addict or an alcoholic and still have the same kind of story being told. You have people who stand by and watch this happen to others and loved ones in their life, and they feel helpless about it, about what they can do. But at one moment, Jeff Goldblum tries to get Gina Davis to enter the machine in as well, tries to pull her into his vice. And I know they say this movie, when it came out, was kind of a metaphor for AIDS, but I think it can be, like I said, a metaphor for a lot of things. So you have this kind of tragic story. It's not a happy ending, which is really interesting as well. I myself like ambiguous and sometimes nihilistic endings to movie, and I know it rubs people the wrong way a lot of times because some people just demand like this happy ending to everything. But life doesn't always have a happy ending. And with characters this deep and interesting, I'm kind of happy myself that it went that way. Hey, maybe there is a happy ending after all. For me. I mean, I feel like it doesn't need to be said, but the body horror elements in this movie are extremely well done and disgusting and unsettling in a lot of ways. Cronenberg is known for his body horror, and this movie doesn't disappoint in that department. So, I said this movie inspired my movie Transient, and it does in a lot of ways, especially with the kind of plot it has where your feelings change for one or two of the characters throughout, where at one point you're very empathetic with them, and other points they become the antagonist themselves maybe. So I think what makes a good movie is its characters. This premise is great too, but without Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis and John Getz's very nuanced characters, it wouldn't be nearly as effective for me. So if you haven't seen The Fly, I don't know what the hell you're doing with your life. Get on it right now. It's a fantastic movie and definitely worth your time and still holds up easily. Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis, fantastic performances. I'll say that right now. I'll just say it. I'm gonna fucking say it. My fucking phone's blowing up like a fuck. Go check it out. It's available places, I'm sure. It came out like 40 years ago. I assume it's still available places. I found it in a place. But after that, go to maketransient.com and help make a movie. This is a sci-fi horror movie, and you can learn more about it there. And we need your contributions to help this thing get made. So if you want to make a movie, go to maketransient.com and be a part of the team. All right, guys, if you've seen The Fly, which I assume you all have, tell me what you think about it, and I will catch you here next time. Goodbye. Hey guys, it's Chris. I know some of you already have a heads up over the others because you've already liked the video and subscribed to the channel. To me, it's like a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't you do that? So like the video, subscribe to the channel, helps us out. Catch you here later, guys. Goodbye.